Welcome to East Alabama Today, featuring topics, events, and interesting people from all over East Alabama. Hosted by Carl Brady. Now, let's get right to the show. Here's Carl Brady.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into East Alabama Today. I'm Carl Brady. Thanks for being with us on today's program. As always, we'll start you off with contact information. Let you know how to get in touch with us. If you have an idea for the show, we would love to hear from you. And the best way to do that is to send me an email at cbrady@tv24.tv. And we want to know about the things that are going on in your community. Fairs, festivals, special events. There's all kinds of stuff happening in our 9-county coverage area. And you guys are our eyes and ears out on the street. You are how we know what's happening. So let me know about what's happening in your community. And do that by sending me an email, cbrady@tv24.tv. Now, as always, we're looking for interesting people in your community as well. Maybe they're a writer, an author, or a musician. Maybe they're someone with an odd or interesting hobby and you think they would be a great guest for the show. Those are exactly the kind of folks we are looking for. So be sure to send me an email about them as well. cbrady@tv24.tv. And if you happen to miss a show, that's okay. You can always check us out online. Go to our website, tv24.tv. Go to the on-demand section of the website. Click on East Alabama Today, and there you will find recent episodes of East Alabama Today that you could enjoy at your leisure right there on your mobile phone, your mobile device, or your computer, whatever you would like to do. So check that out at tv24.tv. We'll be back in just a moment to get started with today's show, so stay with us. And we welcome you back into East Alabama Today. Again, I'm Carl Brady, and we have a good show for you today I think you're going to enjoy. We're going to catch up with downtown Gadsden. It's been a while since we've talked about downtown Gadsden here on the show, and we have with us the director of Downtown Gadsden Incorporated, and that's Kay Moore. Kay, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Carl.
Always great to have you on. I had not realized it had been such a gap since we've talked to you.
It's been quite a while, so I'm glad to be here today.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Well, absolutely glad to have you around. Catch us up. Downtown Gadsden is looking better than ever, and it's just I am amazed every day that I drive through downtown because I try to avoid Megan Boulevard, so I drive through downtown almost every day, and just looking around how everything looks. The shops are full. The shops look nice, and going back to growing up here in the 80s when the biggest problem in town was cruisers downtown and downtown almost being a ghost town, to what you guys have brought it back to today. It's just amazing.
Well, we are very proud of our downtown. I guess there's an old saying, what goes around comes around. Yeah, I grew up here, but I grew up way before the 80s here, Carl. So I remember my fondest memories of going downtown were with my mom and my sister. We would go to Hagedorn's, which was now where Fambro's Drapery and Design is, and they'd be having a sale. So we'd be standing outside those doors waiting for the doors to open.
Right.
So I think I have a special place in my heart for downtown. I know I do, but yeah, we've come a long way in the last few years, and I think we're held as a shining example across the state of Alabama. The Main Street program has been a great help to downtown, and I think we're looking forward to really building up more even downtown. We've had a lot of growth in the last 6 or 8 years, a tremendous amount of growth, filling those empty spaces.
Right.
So now I think the focus that we have now is to continue that growth, but to help our existing businesses grow. So that's
to get people downtown into those businesses. I know from being part of the TV business is the advertising business, and a lot of small businesses have a difficult time advertising, but there are a lot of businesses downtown that people may see their sign, but they don't know exactly what they do, and they're asking me. I have people saying, "Are you familiar with this business? What do they do?" and they need to get the word out that they're there and what they do.
And that is true. I mean, one of the best ways you can do that is to just park your car and get out and stroll and walk up and down the sidewalks. You know, we put in a couple of years ago some sidewalk art too that also draws pedestrian traffic. So if you can just park and walk and see, I mean, even if you come down on a Sunday afternoon. The stores don't have to be open. You can look in the windows. Window shopping used to be a big thing.
Right.
And I think that's a great way also to learn what you have. We've got a lot of unique boutiques, a lot of unique shops that you're not going to find anywhere else. That's the great thing about shopping downtown. You won't see yourself coming and going as you do. If you shop in a big box where they have a lot of the same things, we don't have that downtown. We've got all kind of different variety of clothing and different things, and just some neat things that you won't find anywhere else.
Even as familiar as I am with downtown and the businesses downtown, there's an occasion I will walk into one and just be amazed at what they've done, because the outside doesn't look like what you would expect it to look like on the inside, or they don't. You walk inside and you have this big, beautiful store that is, the downtown business owners are so creative with the way they present their stores.
Most of our downtown, the shops are about 25 feet in width. They may be 100 feet long, but they're about 25 feet in width. So you walk in, and when you get that wow effect, I'm glad to hear you say that, because you get that wow effect. Man, this is really a great place. This is a neat place, and I want to come back here. I want to tell my friends about it.
Yeah.
I think that's the best advertising, Carl, that you can. We appreciate what you do. We really do, because I told you I was in Anniston last weekend. I had several people say, "Hey, I've seen you on TV." So that's getting the news out. But when you can have your friends tell their friends, or people who go in the stores tell their friends, this is a neat shop, and you need to go in there and check that out. It's a great thing.
I think the business owners have changed their mindset as well over the last several years, because there was a time when small business, you never knew when they were going to be open. They might be open today, they might be open tomorrow. If they took a notion to go home early, they'd just lock the door and go home early. And business owners in the downtown area now are starting to have a little bit of a different mindset, and being more accessible to their customers, so the customers can patronize their business.
Customer service and the hours that you're there are probably the two most important things that I see. And you're right. People used to say, "I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to shut the doors and go home."
Right.
You can't do that, because when people do come to see you, some people drive a long way to come to downtown. So if your hours are from 10 to 5:30, we stress that very, very highly, that's when you need to be there. We understand emergencies, but for the most part, everyone is there when they're supposed to be there, and that's a great thing.
And you mentioned one of the best ways to get to know downtown Gadsden is to park and just walk around. It's not that big of an area, especially on a nice spring day, the sun's shining, get out and walk. And there are a lot of things besides just the retail. There are restaurants there. There's a great nightlife atmosphere in downtown Gadsden now. And you've got the Imagination Place and the Cultural Arts Center. And I want to mention, while we're talking, the Cultural Arts Center celebrating 25 years this year, here in 2015. And that has become, that's a huge draw to downtown Gadsden.
It really is. And there's a lot of activities planned this year for the Cultural Arts Center. They're going to open the dinosaur exhibit on February the 7th, which is the same day as the chili cook-off, and I know we're going to talk a little bit about that, but that's a really cool exhibit for kids. It's going to kind of change things up, though, because it's going to be completely taking over the downstairs part. So if you have a meeting, that you'll be upstairs instead of downstairs now. But that's going to be the first one, the really big one to kick off. There's always a great art exhibit there. The Museum of Art, the Gadsden Museum of Art, also has some great works there. I went to an opening there on Sunday with Craig Reynolds, a local artist. We have a lot of great things that are happening downtown. You're right. Restaurants, nightlife, that didn't used to be here, and that's one thing that we're very proud of as well.
And it's beautiful, it's safe, it's well lit, and people aren't afraid to go downtown at night to take advantage of some of that nightlife and the special events.
That's exactly right. We are a walking trail too for a lot of people. I have a friend of mine that says she comes down at 4:30 in the morning and walks. I mean, it's dark at 4:30 in the morning, but the streets are well lit, and you feel very safe downtown. So we're proud of that.
Are there any special accomplishments in the past year? Since we're just in January and starting off the new year, what were some of the special things that 2014 held for you?
Well, we continue to have a good bit of growth downtown. We had a net gain of 6 new businesses downtown this past year. I think the one thing is that we we do continue to work together. Most people don't know, but we have a weekly meeting with all our downtown merchants every Wednesday morning to just kind of keep up with what's going on. I think that's a great thing. Just the continued new growth of little boutiques and things. It's just we are becoming what everyone else wants to be.
Right.
How about that?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
that's our claim to fame.
And you know, part of the decoration downtown, we've been seeing banners for the last couple of years that say, you know, eat, drink, shop, and play. And you're going to start changing out some of those banners. You have some new banners, right? We
are. We have some new banners that are going up, and they're kind of more of a photograph. You can see there. One of them is a sidewalk photograph. Emma Sansom, who is part of our history, the bridge, which is the Memorial Bridge, which has been such a great viewpoint of downtown Gadsden, of Gadsden itself, and then of course the historic Pittman Theater that we're working very hard to get that back up and going as well. So
the creativity of the events that are in downtown, of taking that historic theater and all of the different events that are happening in the Pittman now, which it took a long time to get it to fruition, but to be able to use that as an event venue is amazing. But who would have ever thought to take a 100-year-old bridge and use a bridge as the event venue for Sunset Sips? That's an amazing idea.
That has been one of the most fun things, I think, for people that we've done. And this was the third year. We do it the third Tuesday in October. We know it's an inconvenience to close off a major thoroughfare, but we do that the third Tuesday in October. This is the third year we've done it, and block it off, and it is a fundraiser. That event is what has allowed us to buy the initial banners, and then to have the speakers that we have outside now too. You know, when you walk up and down the street, that's quite nice. And then this year, that's what we've done with the money. We bought these new banners that are going up. So just fun.
That's awesome. We're going to take a commercial break. Be back in just a moment to talk about this year's chili cook-off coming up on February 7th, and how you can get involved from just enjoying some good chili, or maybe you can put together a team and cook some chili of your own if you think you've got the best in town. And we'll give you the details on that when we come back in just a moment. And we welcome you back into East Alabama today. We're talking with Kay Moore about Downtown Gadsden Incorporated. We've been catching up on downtown and things that are going on in downtown Gadsden. And coming up on February 7th is the 8th annual chili cook-off that just gets bigger and bigger and bigger every year. And that's turned into a big fun event on February 7th.
We have had a lot of fun in the last 8 years. We've had some horrible weather. We've had some 65, 70-degree weather. You just don't ever know, but it's one of those things that we do. Unless it's a tornado passing through, we plan to be there on that morning. Now, the cooks start arriving about 7 o'clock. They can set up. They can prepare their peppers and onions and things like that the night before, but everything has to be cooked on site.
On site, and here we see some video from years past of some mix of 2013 and 2014 video here, and now, these guys have the right idea.
Oh, they do, boy.
With the black kettle and the fried cheese sandwiches, grilled cheese sandwiches with it there. Yeah.
And look, there's old Andy Hart from Frios. He came in second last year. He's threatening to win this year.
Is he threatening to win this year? I understand there's on Facebook there's already, and you never know when some kind of entertainment is going to break out
Charlie
downtown.
And the Foxtrots, man, they were great last year.
They were so much fun down there, and that was kind of an unexpected bonus to being down there to see those guys.
Yeah.
And I understand there's already some trash talk starting on Facebook.
Smack has started. I'm just telling you, they really do. The winners from previous years, they are already at it, and it's all in good fun, and it is a lot of fun. They enjoy it. So.
Yeah, and you've talked about the weather being, February 7th. You can expect cold. You might expect some drizzle and on those kind of days. But if you're bundled up, eating chili, then you don't even notice it.
That's exactly right. What we do, and we started this last year, we're going to close Broad Street from 4th to 6th, and then we'll close 5th Street. So there's a big safe area in there. We hope to have at least 24 teams, maybe up to 30. We've had a lot of interest this year in it. So
I noticed last year that the teams that had grown enough that you'd spread them out on a couple of different locations.
Oh yeah, so that's what we're looking forward to this year. We've invited the classic cars that like to come downtown just to show off their cars, and so we hope they'll come. The streets will be closed, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. It's a great family event. Tickets are $1 a piece, or 6 tickets for $5, and you just get to sample what you like. So that's just the great part of it. Now, some of it will be what they call, fire engine hot or whatever. And
yeah, you never
some of it's
know.
going to be milder. We've had vegetarian chili. We've had, the white chicken chili. We've had a little bit of everything.
And it had some a couple of times called possum chili,
Awesome
but I don't know if
Possum.
it really had possum in it or not.
I don't know about that either, but yeah, the Awesome Possum Chili that's a great name anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
But we have teams. The teams are very creative. They have really neat names a lot of times, and they'll have decorations and just to draw the people to their chili. So you have cash prizes for first, second, third places, and then we'll have a crowd favorite. That's the one that actually has the most tickets, the most chili sold or given away with the tickets.
Right. Well, let's explain how the tickets work.
Okay.
You mentioned $1 a ticket or 6 for $5, and that's not like an entry fee or anything like that to get into the chili cook-off. That is, you get a series of tickets, and when you find chili that you want to sample, you give them one of your tickets to get a cup of chili.
That's correct.
So you can buy as many of those $1 tickets as you want, depending on how much chili you want to sample.
That's exactly right. And if you're not a chili fan, it's worth coming downtown just to wander around and look. And you can shop, you can eat in one of our restaurants that are open, but just come and have part in the fun that goes on. It's like I say, it's a very family-friendly atmosphere, and everyone does have a good time.
And there is like a fan's choice. There's an award for the crowd favorite, the one that has the most tickets at the end of the day.
That's correct. So that you want to come and support your friends, buy tickets, and even if you don't get but one cup, just drop all your tickets in there if you want them to win. That's a great way to do it.
Yeah. What for people who may be interested in putting together a team? You don't have to be professional cooks. You don't have to be professional chili makers. You have teams that are made up of volunteer fire departments, Sunday school classes, group of friends getting together, business sponsored. So how do you put together a team and get your team entered into the contest?
The only thing that we have an application that you fill out, and you can come up with a name at that point. But it's just whoever you want it to be. We have an insurance company that's having a team this year. We've had the Chamber's going to have a team this year again. We've had different people. We got a couple of people coming from Kentucky. Because they think they have the best chili and they've heard about it. So it's just whoever you feel comfortable cooking with, just bring them on and make your own team.
Is there a chili cook-off sanctioning society, and we can turn it into a big nationwide thing?
I'm sure there is, and this is not a sanctioned chili cook-off. This is a fun chili cook-off.
Absolutely, just a lot of fun, a lot of good chili, and everybody they decorate their booths. They dress up in costume a lot of times. So you just, as you said, even if you're not a fan of chili, it's fun to walk around. There's a ton of people down there, and just enjoy the morning.
That's exactly right. Like I say, Broad Street will be closed, and so I don't know what there is about walking down the middle of a street that just makes me feel good. But that's about like when we have First Friday. It's just different. You just don't get to do that. So it's one of those fun things that people do enjoy doing. So we do hope the classic cars will come out if the weather's good, and just so you can watch, look at them. That they always bring a crowd as well. So
yeah.
Just fun.
And does the chili cook-off act as a fundraiser?
It is.
As well? I know with the ticket sales, but is that a fundraiser?
It is, and it helps us. It supports the music that we have on First Friday. We don't pay a lot, but we try to pay some travel expenses for people, the bands that are coming from out of town, even the local bands, just a little bit. Most of it is gratis by the bands that show up. But third Thursday, we do try to pay a little bit as well. So this helps us promote other things downtown. So
another event that happens downtown, this is the third year that you guys have put this together, is called Party with a Purpose at the Pittman. Yeah.
It's a fundraiser for the Pittman Theater. The Pittman is a city-owned building, and it was in sad disrepair. When I came to work with Downtown Gadsden in 2007, we started cleaning it out. Bobby Welch, who's never at a loss for ideas, from the Cultural Arts Center, said, "Kay, this is the 45th anniversary of the movie To Kill a Mockingbird." So he wanted to show that in the Pittman. Well, we went in there and it was full of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know whose stuff, but talked to the city and they said, "Okay, we'll get this stuff cleaned out." So that started kind of the ball rolling with getting the Pittman back into shape. The city got a grant to do heating and cooling and sprinkler system and that, and then Downtown Gadsden raised some money and got a grant for the audiovisual system. So now the Pittman is used for proms and parties and wedding receptions and all kind of things. We don't show any movies in there much, but we could.
You could,
but,
right?
But because we have a great audiovisual system for that. But the money that we raise for this, the city will match. The mayor has promised to match whatever we raise. This is the third year, and the first year we did the curtains. When you have a concrete floor and brick walls, and you're trying to have a band in there, you can imagine. You have a setup here that's really great for sound. So it's a great thing to have, and then we've got to get some more women's restrooms in there.
Can never have enough of those.
Never have enough, and we don't have anywhere near enough. But anyway, the money will go back into the Pittman for whatever it is. It'll go back into the Pittman. So,
so tell us about the party. What's going to happen? What is the party when you actually get there on February the 15th?
This is a Sunday afternoon. From 4 o'clock, we kick it off about 4 o'clock. From 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock, give or take. We're going to have some bands who are donating their time. I guess I could go ahead and say Tony Irby. Jay Hedgepest, the Coast, or that's not it. I'm going to have to come back to that. Delnor Reed's coming from Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, wow, nice.
Peanut and Rush are coming from Birmingham, and it's a free deal. You come in and it's free. It's whatever you want to donate to further the Pittman Theater renovations.
And restoration there. And there's a project going on right now. If people have been in downtown Gadsden lately, you see the big construction boards in front of the building. Tell us what's happening right now.
The old doors are original. They must have been an inch thick, and I don't know how much they weighed, but they had tried to fix those, and they just don't meet anymore. So they don't open and close well. So they're taking those out and replacing those doors with some new storefront doors, trying to keep it as close to the original look with the doors themselves. But it's going to be a great. I think it'll be a great improvement.
Yeah.
It's a great safety improvement. I can tell you that.
It certainly will be a safety improvement, because I can tell you that I've seen, especially many women, try to open those big heavy doors and almost get knocked down when it pulls back in behind them.
That's true, and when they open and close, particularly the ones in the middle, they don't meet flush, and so I've always been afraid they're going to hit and just crumble. So that's not good either. But we did find out when they hit one as they were working on it, it is safety glass, because it just
shattered like it was supposed to.
Like it was supposed to do, yes. So one is down, and I have the handle in my office. So.
Right. Wow. Well, all right. I think we need to take another commercial break and come back, and we'll give you a couple of more details on how you can get in touch with Downtown Gadsden Incorporated for more information on First Friday, Party with a Purpose, the Chili Cookoff, and all the things that happen in downtown. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back in for our final couple of minutes of East Alabama today. We've been talking about downtown Gadsden, all of the events that take place in downtown Gadsden, but specifically the Chili Cook-Off that's coming up on February the 7th. The cooking starts at 7 a.m. Serving will start at noon. If you want to put a team in, give them a call, 256-547-8696, and learn more information about putting a team into the Chili Cook-Off. And let's see if you've got the best chili in town like you've been telling everybody you have. Of course, February 15th is the Party with the Purpose at the Pittman, a fundraiser for the continued renovations and restoration of the Pittman Theater. And there's always something. You got Third Thursdays, you got First Fridays, and
Musical Mondays.
Musical Typical Mondays during the
way to spend your
summertime.
lunchtime, yeah.
There's always a way you can spend some time in downtown
That's
Gadsden.
exactly right. People say there's nothing to do. Sometimes there's too much to do.
Sometimes there is, really. There's so much stuff that can go on. To keep up with all of that, what's the best way? You got a great website that's got plenty of calendar information, Facebook, those kind of things.
Well, we do have a Facebook page that we try to keep updated. We try to do event pages if you're on Facebook to let you know if there's a big event coming up. But there's a Downtown Gadsden First Friday page. There's a Downtown Gadsden page. There's just different ways to get us. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. So if you're on any of that social media, go find us and sign up because it's the best way to keep up with what's going on.
Absolutely. And the website's downtowngadsden.com. And can you sign up for like a newsletter or anything like that?
You can. Just let us know.
Get regular emails?
That's correct. If you let us know your email address, we'll be glad to put you on our email list.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. Thank you so much for being back with us. We'll see you out there and having some chili on the 7th.
That'll be perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us as well. We hope to see you down there in downtown Gadsden sometime, whether you're just walking around or shopping or enjoying your day in downtown Gadsden in one of the special events. We hope to see you down there soon. Thanks for joining us.